What's up, FlowQers? Today we're going to be getting started with FlowQ. I'll walk you through setting up an account, adding your first filament profiles, your first printers, and even adding prints to the queue and starting them remotely from FlowQ. So our first step is we're going to go ahead and create an account down here. If you'd rather sign in with Google, which is what I'm going to do, it makes it a lot easier and a lot faster. So we'll just do that. It'll take 1 second, and then you'll be brought to the main dashboard. So what you'll see here is we have no devices found, obviously, since we just created our account. On the right side, we have a little checklist which will say the steps that you need to do in order to get your account set up, and that's what we're going to be walking you through today. So our first step is to register a tunnel. If you don't know what a tunnel is, basically a tunnel acts to connect your printer securely to the cloud so that it can talk to FlowQ. So we're going to go here and click on the arrow and hit register a hub, which is what we have. I'll go ahead and hold the button down on the back of the hub. It'll start flashing a blue light, and then we can search for devices. It'll pop up right here. We click the hub server and we hit pair. So next it'll ask me to name the hub. I'm just going to leave it as the default name for now. Hit next, and I'm going to add my Wi-Fi information. I'll be right back after I do that. Alright, now that I've added my Wi-Fi credentials, I'm going to go ahead and hit connect. It'll load for a second. Now it'll mark your hub for an update, just to make sure it's on the newest firmware version. And then you'll see the light on the hub turn white. It'll sit there for a second while it updates, and then it'll turn green, and it'll have your latest firmware version right here. So as you see, that step is done. Now our next step is to add a 3D printer. So we'll just click on that arrow. I'm going to be adding an A1 Mini. So I'm just going to name it A1 Mini. You can name it whatever you'd like. Obviously the make is Bamboo, the model A1 Mini. So one thing for Bamboo specifically, you have to put them in LAN mode and then developer mode. If you have to do something for your specific printer, it'll also say it right here in this important section. So I'm going to go ahead and select my hub as my tunnel, and so this will just allow the printer to connect to the hub, and then it'll send the information from the printer to the cloud where it can be accessed by FlowQ. Now I'm going to go ahead and input my IP address, the printer password, which is also called the access code for Bamboo printers, and then the serial number, and I'll be right back when I finish that. Alright, now that I've finished entering my printer's information, I'm going to go ahead and enable the camera so that I can see that on my dashboard. We're also going to want to go ahead and add a filament profile. So I'm going to click here. As you can see, I already made one, but for your reference, you can go down here at the bottom and hit add filament profile, and then you can create whatever type of filament you'll be using. I'm just going to say it's black PLA for this scenario, and then I'll go ahead and choose a hex code. And then we can create that. So now we have a filament, and then we can go ahead and hit save on this printer. So now you can see we have our A1 Mini registered, and if we go to our dashboard, it pops up right here. Now our next step is to upload a print file. So I'll click right here, which will take us to the upload page, but you can also go to the files tab and then hit upload. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop a print file in here. So I'll drag it and drop it in here, and as you can see, we have a few settings. So it'll automatically pull the nozzle diameter from the slice. For the printer model, we want to drop down and we'll see what printers we have, which right now we only have the Bamboo A1 Mini, so I'll select that. We have this option right here, which does the file contain automatic print injection G-code. So this would be for if you want to automate your files and you've added G-code to automatically knock it off, you would want to click this. But in this case, we're just doing a normal print. It automatically pulls from the slicer the color that was sliced with the file, and so that'll automatically pull this filament. And so then we can go ahead and hit complete upload. And so that'll take us back to our file management system here. And then, as you can see on our checklist, our final step is to add the files to the queue. So we can go ahead and click on it and hit add to queue. And then we have a few more settings. The number of repetitions we want. So if we want this file to print over and over again, we can increase this to whatever number we want. We can also set it to infinite, so it'll just stay in the queue until you remove it, and it'll just continue to print every time you mark your printer as ready. And then sticky. This will make, if you have multiple files in the queue, when this gets to the top, it'll stay there until it finishes the set number of repetitions. But for now, we're just going to leave this at 1. We will have it set as our black filament. You could also change this if you wanted it to go to a different printer with a different color filament. But for now, we'll just leave all of these the same and hit add to queue. So now you can see we only have 1 file in our print queue. If we had multiple, we could move them around by grabbing and dragging and dropping, or sending them to the bottom or the top of the queue. And then we can go back to our main dashboard. So now we can go ahead and hit mark ready, and it'll look for the job. And then as soon as the printer picks it up, it'll show it right here, and it'll say uploading. And when it finishes uploading, your print will start. So now that it's finished uploading, you can see it says printing, and your printer should be running. So if you have any questions about how you can use FlowQ to help automate or make your setup more efficient, feel free to drop them in the comments. And check out the other videos on our YouTube channel to find out more information and learn more about FlowQ. Thanks for watching, and I hope you had a successful time setting up FlowQ.